Hey there, thanks for being here. Today I'm going to talk about being kind without being trampled. I've done a few episodes, a few videos of just being kind. You can look through the videos that I've got and find those. I'm pouring into people's life, letting them know that. But one common question that I get back from people is, how do I be kind without being taken advantage of? How do I be kind to other people and be nice and submissive and not be trampled? That's a great question, and I'm going to try to tackle that today. I'm going to give you 6 ways that you can be kind to other people but not fall into the trap of being a doormat or taken advantage of by other people. So here we go. Number 1, and this is very important, you need to go with your gut. You have a subconscious, you have a mindset, you have something in you that lets you know, it's an emergency system built within your DNA that lets you know when lines are being crossed. If you feel that, immediately you need to figure out what to do about it. So you need to understand those triggers and be very aware of your gut, what your body's telling you, what your mind is telling you, what your thoughts are telling you about a situation. So if you feel that somebody's crossing the line, if you're trying to be kind, you're trying to be nice, you're trying to serve other people, you're doing these things the right way, but then you feel that it starts going lopsided. Somebody starts taking advantage of it. They want more from you that is healthy, more from you that you're willing to give, that they start dominating you, they start controlling you. You need to see those signs and have your radar up all the time. So go with your gut, understand your gut. You need to figure out what your inner self is telling you. So number 1, figure that out. Have your radar up all the time to be aware and be conscious when those things happen, when those boundaries are crossed, and you get that little weird feeling of, that doesn't feel right. Understand it and embrace it, because number 2 is so important. It's just like being abducted. Some people say fight or flight. So you're either going to stand there when you're being abducted and you're going to fight it out and just go with it, or you're going to flight, meaning you're going to give up. You're either going to run away or give up and just be submissive, and you're going to be taken. That is so important in this situation. So number 2, fight or flight. Those first few seconds, the first few days, the first few moments of you feeling that your gut says this is wrong are important. Why? Because the longer you let it go, you let it happen once and it stings. It's like, that didn't feel right. Then you be kind and you're doing the right things, and then the next time they do it, you feel like, it's a little more than a sting. It's more of a dig. Now you're getting too deep because now you're being endured to that person. Hopefully it's not a relationship like a boyfriend-girlfriend, because that can really suck. And when sex gets involved, it's a trap. You've got chains around your ankles if you're in a relationship that you're having sex in that relationship and he starts being dominant to you or treating you wrong. That is a trap. You're emotionally and spiritually tied to that person, and that's a tough situation to get out of. So, God bless you. If that's you, you need to figure out how to get out immediately. But number 2, understand the power of your decision in that first gut check. So number 1 is understand your gut and feeling that it's wrong. Number 2 is understand the power of time and your decision and quickness. You need to get out early before it gets worse, because it will get worse. It'll start growing and getting worse and worse, and you need to get out and do something about it before it reaches a very, very unhealthy or dangerous point in your life. You need to get out of that. Number 3, be aware of codependency. That's kind of a psychological term where submissive people need strong people in their life. Strong people or dominant people need submissive people in their life, and that can be very unhealthy. It can cross lines. So be careful if you're a kind person and you're submissive and you're just being sweet to other people and you latch on to somebody who's dominant or controlling. Now you're going to feed off of each other, and that is extremely dangerous. So be aware of codependent relationships and make sure you are not in one of those. So draw a line where your kindness starts and stops, and what the people around you, the boundaries that you have for other people, what they can do, how they can treat you, what they can say to you, what they can do physically to you, for you, around you. You need to make sure that you have those hard boundaries set up and stay within those, but be very aware of those unhealthy, codependent relationships. Know them for what they are and get away from them. Number 4, now this is empowering. You need to understand that it's your decision. You hold the cards. Everything in a bad relationship where you're being kind and the other person's being dominant, you're being submissive, but the other person is holding you down and trampling you. You need to understand that the solution is in you, in your decisions. You hold the power to get out of that. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to pretend it's going to be easy. The earlier you do it, the easier it is. The later you do it, the tougher it is. So make sure that you understand you hold that power. Figure out a plan and figure out what you're going to do about that situation to be able to remedy it so that you can get away from toxic people and cut those people out of your life and move on and have more structured, healthy relationships where being kind is reciprocal. Number 5, and this is a fun one, I say it all the time, you need to write down what a perfect life would look like. So the relationships, the being kind, the relationships that you want, write that down. What would it look like? So if you're thinking about a specific relationship that you have where you're being kind, but you feel like, they're kind of coming over the line, they're breaking those boundaries, write down what that relationship should look like, what you want it to look like. So if it's family, you're going to be with them forever. It's tough to cut family out of your life because it's blood and you're always going to be there. You're going to be in situations where you're around them. But figure out what you want that relationship to look like and work towards that. Work towards having that relationship. So stand your ground. Understand that, no, I've got boundaries and I will not tolerate that. I'm not going to do that. So I might have let these things slide in the past. Not anymore. It's not going to happen because it's my decision. I hold the power and I am not going to have that type of poison in my life. Figure out, write it down, keep it in front of you, put it in your phone, what you want that relationship, what a healthy version of that relationship would look like. Write down what that would look like and work towards that. Number 6, finally, you need to get support. It's tough doing this alone. It's tough going in because you question yourself. You write down these things like, okay, here I go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix this relationship where I can be kind and have this reciprocal relationship where they're kind back, or they understand my boundaries. They're not going to treat me this way, or they're not going to say these things to me. It's one thing to have that picture painted out for yourself, but you need support. You need to find people around you, healthy people, strong people, wise people, solid people who have their act together and get that feedback. Now, not that you're talking behind this person's back, because that's another situation for another day. You're not spreading gossip and getting everybody against this person. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose is to get feedback to empower you, because that multitude, those multiple ideas from different people are going to help you get the right picture and the right understanding, and they're going to support you. So if it's ever a family situation and you've told somebody else in the family and you're being kind and this person crosses the line and you step back with one of your new tactics that you're going to do in that relationship, you've got support of other people. They're like, hey, back off, don't do that. That was really rude what you did. So they get called out in public, and that's tough for somebody like that. For somebody dominant, they don't want to get called out. They want to be excused. They want to hide in it. They want to be able to relish in their little power hungry, their power trip. They want to relish in that and not be challenged. So you and other people, if you challenge it in a public setting where they're getting called out enough times and in a healthy way, not a confrontational way, but a healthy, loving way, to just say, nope, it's not going to happen. Not on my watch. That's not going to happen anymore. And if it is, I'm out. I'll see y'all. I'm gone maybe next time. Understand that you hold that power and don't let it go. So those are the 6 things for how to be kind, but not be trampled. I hope you like that. If you like stuff like this, I try to pour little nuggets of wisdom into people's lives on this channel. So if you dig it, just hit subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Share these videos with other people because I really enjoy pouring knowledge and just stuff, wisdom into other people. Some of it might apply to you, some of it might not, but you always know somebody in your life who it does apply to. So just share it with them and let them get some information from it. Have a fantastic day, and thank you for stopping by.